What happens when the world's most disciplined driver decides to break just one rule? That single mistake turns a routine delivery into a deadly chase where every criminal organization wants him dead. Meet Frank Martin, a former Special Forces operative who now works as a professional transporter on the French Riviera. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't want names. He simply moves packages from one location to another for the right price. Frank lives by only 3 rules. Never change the deal, never ask for names, and most importantly, never open the package. These rules have kept him alive for years. One day, Frank is hired for another routine delivery. Everything seems normal until he notices something unusual. The bag in the trunk is moving. His curiosity gets the better of him. He pulls over on a quiet road and slowly opens the package. Inside is a terrified young woman, tightly bound and struggling to breathe. Instead of calling for help, she begs for water. Frank hesitates for a moment before giving her a drink. That tiny act of kindness changes everything. After sealing the bag again, Frank completes the delivery exactly as instructed. But from that moment, his life begins to spiral out of control. Soon after returning home, Frank receives another assignment from the same client. This time, he's asked to transport a suitcase. Halfway through the trip, the suitcase suddenly explodes inside his car. The explosion destroys his prized BMW and nearly kills him. Frank immediately realizes someone is trying to erase every loose end, including him. Enraged, he tracks down the men responsible and confronts them. During the fight, he discovers the woman from the bag has escaped. Her name is Lai. She reveals a horrifying truth. The organization Frank has been working for is involved in human trafficking. Dozens of desperate immigrants are being smuggled across borders inside shipping containers, treated like cargo instead of people. Without realizing it, Frank has been helping dangerous criminals. Now he has a choice: walk away or fight back. For the first time in his career, Frank chooses to break every rule he ever lived by. The criminals quickly discover that Frank is no ordinary driver. He's a highly trained combat expert, capable of taking down multiple opponents with incredible precision. One by one, they send teams to eliminate him. One of the film's most unforgettable moments happens inside a bus depot, where Frank is surrounded by armed attackers. Using nothing but speed, intelligence, and the environment around him, he turns everyday objects into deadly weapons. Buckets of oil cover the floor, making every step dangerously slippery. While everyone else struggles to stay balanced, Frank uses the slick surface to his advantage, sliding across the floor and defeating his enemies with breathtaking martial arts skills. It's one of the most creative action sequences in the entire movie. But defeating the henchmen only makes the real villains more desperate. Lai's father is secretly connected to the trafficking operation and has been helping move innocent people for enormous profits. The mastermind behind everything refuses to let witnesses survive. Frank and Lai become targets. Police officers also begin investigating the explosions and murders, making Frank look like the prime suspect. Now he's being hunted by both criminals and law enforcement. With danger closing in from every direction, Frank decides there's only one way to end this. He must rescue the innocent people trapped inside the shipping containers before they disappear forever. Using his driving skills, military experience, and quick thinking, Frank follows the traffickers to a hidden location near the coast. What follows is an intense battle filled with explosions, gunfire, and high-speed chases. Frank fights through heavily armed guards, refusing to back down despite being badly outnumbered. Every punch, every kick, and every risky decision brings him closer to exposing the entire operation. Finally, he reaches the containers. Inside are frightened men, women, and children who believed they were traveling toward a better future. Instead, they had become victims of ruthless criminals. Frank frees them before they can be transported away. After an explosive final confrontation, the villain is finally defeated. The trafficking network collapses. The surviving victims are rescued, and the authorities uncover the truth behind the operation. Frank's name is cleared. Although he succeeded, the mission came at a heavy cost. His peaceful life is gone, his prized car has been destroyed, and his simple business will never be the same again.